And off we go.
Did we make it? Oh, I think we still made it in time. Good for you, dude. Getting in on a technicality.
Yeah, like 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds.
Less than 10 seconds.
Before I would have been late.
So the image that I just clicked on to get here was an image of the Anonymous. That was weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure is.
Let me change that.
Can you change that? Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, but it's got to be. Of course it does. Just give me a sec here.
So, question for you guys. Have either one of you ever heard of space coral side cut carbon fiber?
Yes. It's hot.
You're just putting words together. Don't lie to me. Don't feed me your lies, Paul.
There's
It's
a coral
crazy fiber like micarta, but made with carbon fiber. So it's all squiggly do.
It's kind of cool. Fucking expensive from what I remember.
I've heard it's a little fragile because it's side cut too.
Yeah, side cut carbon fiber is pretty cool. I like it, but in terms of like when you're doing what crazy fiber likes to do with that brain coral looking shit, yeah, that's kind of nuts. Screw that.
I was reading a post today that was talking about.
Did we say hi to Justin, by the way?
No.
Okay. Sorry. I've been all over the map.
Behind my camera. Can't see him.
How you doing, brother? That's good to see you tonight. Hear you tonight. See you writing things tonight. Does that count? Counts as seeing, right?
I suppose.
And if you haven't noticed, haven't noticed, Joe's got a cat. And also, I got a new backdrop. So that's the thing.
You sure did.
Your cat's looking less and less like a kitten.
I know. She's getting huge.
She getting all cat. She went from like lowercase cat to cat with a capital.
Yeah, she knows it too.
Yeah.
She's real full of herself.
Yeah.
The two cats in the house here, Star and Lucy, just turned 1. And Star is a chunk. Like, can you have more than one neck as a cat? Like, she's working on it. Like, seriously.
She getting like the chest fat like rabbits do?
Oh, she's so thick, and she'll sit there in like that pose, and you're just like, come on, yeah.
She wants to be Kingpin. I don't know what to tell you.
I agree with Justin. Middle case, letter C.
Middle case.
Yeah, not quite full capital. Middle case.
Stanson 357, thanks for joining us. Yeah, we're glad you're back too. We had, what did we have? Easter, and then there was a comic book convention that we all had to work. So I gotta say, highlight with that was actually me getting to play with a snake. That was something you don't get to do that often.
That Slither puppy was quite cute.
Yeah,
puppy.
He was friendly, that's for sure.
Ball python.
There's something wrong with your dog.
No, there was everything right with that dog. It's a dog that can hunt in infrared.
You get glitchy, or was that me?
I stuttered, and so I'm not sure.
I think you broke the Matrix, dude. Like, it's,
Really hope not.
Anyway, it might have been me, but again, new system, new camera, new microphones. Just for the record, I made sure I brought my emotional support poleaxe. So
at least you got that.
It might get a little rocky tonight. Yeah.
You need it close by.
there'll be more additions to the back wall. I'm sure it'll get ridiculous back there, but for now, it's old Pokey is keeping me company.
Is that what it's called?
Old Pokey
Nice.
can mean a lot of things to a lot of people.
I'm sure it does.
It sure can.
Oh boy.
Ben, thanks for joining us as well.
Cheers.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I want to kick things off with what we're carrying.
Sure.
Yeah,
Who's on
we can do
first?
that.
I could go first because it's really anticlimactic. I say that because I couldn't get a picture onto my computer tonight, despite my best efforts. I'm normally not this bad with tech, but here we go. I'm carrying the CVV Cogent pretty much nonstop since I got it. It's a fun little flipper button lock. Yeah, it's fun. It's fidgety. I promise to keep it out of arm's reach during filming because I'm not going to be able to stop otherwise. I will say there's some vertical blade play on this thing, but aside from that, it's not too bad. I managed to fix most of it. Yeah. Also, it's
I really
purple.
like the color.
Yeah, it's a nice purple. It
He does okay on their purples for sure. Yeah.
doesn't quite match my dirty see-through purple on my Spyderco, but yeah, that's okay.
You should wash your see-through purple.
I've tried.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Touche. Who next?
Who's on first?
I'll go next.
Oh,
all right.
my
all
cat's
right.
trying to take out my fiance's computer. I may have to go deal with that. Sorry, so who's up?
Paul's doing his
Paul?
thing.
Okay.
I'm adjusting cameras because things need to happen here.
Sorry, guys, we're kind of a shit show this week.
I'm just trying to wash myself out. That's a little better.
Okay, I got some pics from Paul.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Carrying a Kyber dagger.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah,
Italian bushcraft.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a nice
Good
one
for
to carry.
stabbing in the woods.
Yeah.
Stabbing.
Sometimes you gotta,
Is that a cabin in the woods reference, or are you just happy to see me?
I know to both. That's
Fair. Hurtful, but fair.
Double dipping is what you gotta do.
That's a good grind on that one.
Yeah.
It my Italian bushcraft is fantastic in the woods. What can I say? And I stand by the fact that the funniest thing that was said to me the entire hiking trip there was Devin asking me if I'd cut anything with it.
Yeah, there's always that.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Stuff. Good
So-
stuff.
And the answer was no. I've cut nothing with this thing ever, and I probably
was-
never will.
Strictly for show. Yeah.
It's a piece of jewelry.
At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
What are you-
I guess that leaves me.
Yeah. What are you carrying?
I was doing some lightweight stuff today. Easy around the house. Had a surgery this weekend, so feeling not that crazy. So we went lightweight carbon fiber S90 native goodness. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. A knife that you definitely wouldn't press into hard use under any circumstance, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
So
I hate that I missed out on that knife.
it's good fruiting on that one. Well, there's a Damascus steel one on for like twice the price it should be going for right now on
Such a
the
good deal.
interwebs. Yeah.
Such
I-
a good deal.
It was
Yeah.
900 or 1,000. Someone asked stupid prices for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my S90V
think-
carbon fiber fluted.
Mhm.
I
I think
don't
I'm
think
gonna
I'd.
buy a Magna Cut one and then go for some aftermarket scales.
That's not a bad answer, honestly.
Somebody's got to make them, right?
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, they're out there. Native
It's,
scales.
it's the native. I'm sure you could find it.
But they're not fruited the same way. That's for sure.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
You're missing out on the fruiting.
Maybe I'll get other fruiting.
Please don't.
Well, Ben, what were you carrying for the camping trip? And also Stanson Infinite. Also want to know what you're carrying.
Indeed.
What are we talking about this week? The
What are
title?
you talking about this week? Yeah, not the picture.
Well, I fixed it, so anyone who's joining us should not be so confused. I hope.
Only time will tell.
Well, I'm gonna throw up a picture now.
Alex Flosion in chat. What up?
Hey, Alex, how's it going? Long time no see, except it's only been a few hours. Yeah, QSP Gannet. Gannet? It's not a Garnet. It's a Gannet. I don't know what a Gannet is. Do you guys know?
No, you should look that up.
You should definitely Google it.
Well, in the
Ben
meantime,
saying he was carrying Nigel's custom bushcraft knife and a QSP Harpy.
nice.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
A gannet is a large seabird with mainly white plumage known for catching fish by plunge diving. Apparently, it's informal slang in British, a greedy person.
Oh,
Well, I was going to say it looks like a seagull, but it
But, like-
also kind of looks like a greedy person too. Like it's like
It's just a particularly greedy seagull.
is it weird to say that it kind of reminds me of the what is that friggin' scimitar looking thing from CRKT?
The ritual?
The Ritual. If you took the Ritual handle and straightened it.
yeah, I guess, but it's just
They're
got the
both
flared
slightly
pommel.
penisy.
You're
Kinda.
looking into things.
I think you're just seeing what you want to see in that case.
Hey, I mean, vaguely.
Look,
What is this Horseshack drawing of? You know, what is this? What does this
What?
knife look
Stop
like?
showing me
Nothing.
pictures of my parents fighting, goddammit.
Exactly. I was gonna say one of us has a legitimate interest in bollock daggers, and I think we all know who that is. They are funny though. I'll give you that.
That's yeah. They make me giggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Kruben Fruber. It's actually foam padding. This is actually my new house, my forever house. And this is a studio. So, like I said, I just got in. It was made as a studio. I have a window with a recording sound system thing I could install on the other side and such. So, yeah,
Very cool.
we're gonna have fun with it. Anyway.
Pretty
But
neat.
yes, not carbon fiber. That would be kind of cool. Although I would death by carbon fiber falling from the roof is not a good way to go, man.
Looks sweet as an epitaph. Kind of sucks in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, man. It's been something the girlfriend and I have been working on for a couple of years now, and it's all time to see that next step type of thing, right? So yeah.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, Paul knows what's up.
No kids. Well, I mean, not any new ones, at least. Yeah.
We're happy with the ones you got. Yeah. Well,
Hey, that's a good looking dragonfly. Speaking of
yeah, it is.
family and whatnot. Yeah,
It's getting some life on it.
It's got a little. I have to just constantly check it just to make sure it's not turning for the worst because it is like going very slowly over time. But I think we're pretty much safe at this point.
That's what I thought.
I keep it clean. I keep it clean. I keep it oiled. Joe didn't even give me anything for that. That was brutal. He just walked away. It's like a cat cut him again.
Joe just got up and left.
Yeah, no. He literally wanted nothing to do with that last zinger. So
apparently I dodged something. I don't know.
Probably. This show, chances are.
Gonna say, I have
So-
to keep cleaning this thing. This is just the police in K390. This isn't really good lighting for showing this, but it's getting stainy. Yeah. I like the patina yours is taking. Have you tried any kind of like juices or anything on it, or just letting it happen?
You know what the trick to a patina is? I'll give it to you right here. Paul already knows. No, well, it's some sort of juices. Sour cream, straight up. Sour cream puts a hell of a patina on stuff. Better than anything else I've tried, which is super obscure. But you can cut a baked potato, and by the time you're done, it's delicious both on the knife and off. So
You can't really see it on camera.
Fair
But this has
enough.
got some really nice blues in person. And it's all from steak in this case. But
steak works
Yeah.
quite well as well. But yeah, I found that the sour cream is what is blowing it out of the water when it comes to forcing
I
patinas.
absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
I think I've got some in the fridge. I might have to give that a go later. Speaking of textures on blades, though, the eagle-eyed among you, for those of you who weren't aware of the Gannet previous, may notice, hey, that's a weird pattern of scratches on that blade. Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's now in the discount bin.
Oh, well, I might actually take one
There you
up
go.
if that's the case.
Cut some aluminum cans with it. It was good.
So,
It was good.
While we were talking here, I did manage to get a few photos off my phone before it randomly disconnected again. So I'm gonna bring one of them here. But the pattern is actually don't know if it's a hand satin, but it's definitely a rub satin finish,
Yes.
which actually looks quite nice. I'm gonna have a comparison pic here between it and my Vero Isotope, which again I love that knife, but you can see that the patterns aren't quite so dissimilar. There's definitely more of a separation between the different finishes on the Isotope. It's definitely more blended across the plunge line on the Gannet, but I don't hold that against it. I actually think it looks quite nice.
It's kind of crazy to me that something coming at this kind of price point has this kind of blade finish.
Which, for the record, is I believe on under 100. It's right at like 90 something American dollary dues, right?
They are asking 103.50 US directly on their website.
Okay, there you go.
Check your local dealers like Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for Canadian prices.
But like, short of the Vero here, which is significantly more expensive, and like the Sear that we have in the shop, the one previous to that one, did it have a hand rub too?
No.
I feel like it did. No.
As long as it was the Sear model, yeah. But
I mean, when you're talking about hand rubbed as well, like straight up.
Yeah.
The finish on this bad boy is yeah, there we go. This new camera is actually pretty nice for getting detail, I will say.
It's not bad.
This is what I'm talking about when I'm referencing that had like the price point. It's kind of where I'm expecting it to be.
So it is 154 cm for the blade on the Gannet. It's gonna make it easier to put different finishes because 154 cm actually machines quite nicely. It's one of the major reasons you still see it in custom knife.
And is that CPM 154 there, Joe? Or
I think it's just regular. Well, it just says 154 cm on the blade, but I haven't actually checked the website.
It's not. It's just CPM. I'm just messing with you.
No,
I was setting you up to be some sort of asshole, and you didn't play through. I will say though, straight off the website, because I'm going to segue without you, you son of a bitch. 59 to 61 on the hardness scale. Okay. So for 154, nothing wrong with that. Those numbers. Yeah.
No, that's actually quite nice.
That's what I want.
Or they claim. I mean, they could benchmade Puko the crap out of it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, but let's say, I mean, we know that they do their D2 pretty well. All three of us have and I think Alex and in chat too as of today. We all have the QSP Penguin in D2. I haven't really needed to resharpen that knife, and it's tested above 60, at least for me with my hardness files. But it drops back up. Haven't had any weird shipping issues, nothing like that. So if their 154 is as good as their D2, I'm all for it. It's one of a few reasons I'm actually considering this knife to be, I think, what would end up being my first front flipper. Which, by the way, this is a front flipper.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the other photos I tried to get. Was it
Your
closed?
Appalachian Drifter isn't a front flipper; it's a top flipper.
No, it's like the Vero where it's the back corner here.
Oh yeah,
rather
that's
than
right.
The front corner.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played with that little baby.
Yeah, I do love that thing. Yeah, but
Anyway, Gannet, you say?
Yeah, so I got a picture here with the. Actually, it looks quite a bit harsher in that photo than it is in reality. It's pretty gentle jimping, things concerned. Not a lot of slipping. It doesn't like rub your finger too badly with repeated flicks. I actually find this particular knife is easier to do an over-the-top sort of pull than it is to use my thumb, but barely. It's actually quite comfortable to do both, which I don't always find to be the case with front flippers.
Most of the time, I prefer like Bic lightering it over the top, and
Kind
even
of
for
like
this
coming
one,
over there.
yeah, I enjoy Bic lightering it. I did go over the top a couple times. It's not my cup of tea.
That's fair. That's fair.
Going over the top is not usually my cup of tea either, in all honesty, depending on the knife. There are a few that are better than others, but
Oh, we're talking about knives. Sorry.
Yeah.
um,
Bic lightering, by the way, is what you can do with the highlight. Just gonna say that. Very good. Kind of go and pop it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, there's not too many knives that I find super comfortable to do that over the top motion.
Side view too. There we go.
We should talk about the loveliness, which is that carbon fiber right there.
That's getting a little close. Yeah, this is yeah, I know. It kind of blew up for a sec. Do they have a name for this kind of carbon fiber, or is it just like a ripple pattern, like kind of generic name?
Did we get some subliminal messaging with that giant close up of the pivot there? Just like
obviously.
Don't worry about it.
1982 action going on. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they have a. Sorry, go for Paul.
You go, Joe.
Okay, we were talking earlier. Well, I noticed rather. I think it was Justin. Yeah, could be worse. Forged carbon looks dope, but then you find out what it actually is compared to what people charge for it. Yeah, 100%. But this isn't forged. This is again, it's kind of like a ripple pattern. I've seen rose thrown around as a name for this type of pattern in Damascus. I don't know if it's translated over for carbon fiber either, but I've
seen rose. I've seen raindrop.
It's also not super. Oh man, that's crappy lighting for this. It's not super dissimilar from how the carbon fiber looks on this guy either.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more obvious actually in real life, but the blue sets. But this is subtle. This isn't super in your face either. I kind of appreciate that. Especially next to the green micarta they're using for the handle.
It makes me want another knife that I have on the list of things that I want even more, knowing how good it looks.
We talked about that.
Yeah. Without going too far into the Appalachian Drifter too, yeah, it's got similar carbon fiber, and I am excited to play with it because it looks awesome. The chatoyance to it, the depth that you get in that carbon fiber is really, really nice.
What did you call me?
Yeah.
Dennis had a really nice
motherfucker
close up here of the micarta and the G10 right next to each other.
There you go. That's a good picture of it.
Yeah, that shows it pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, also showing off the lack of the CPM on the beginning.
Yeah. that definitely has something to do with the price, but
For sure.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's pretty fine behind the edge. There's
in a cutting tool.
Sorry?
I just said in a cutting tool.
Oh,
If you give it as a cutting tool.
yeah. There's always this point of diminishing returns, and for something you're going to pick up for roughly $100, 154 is perfectly acceptable, I think.
Especially for
I think it's more than acceptable. People charging 8 CR in the knife world nowadays, 4116 in the knife world nowadays for.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I've certainly never seen that in the knife world before, where people charge way too much money for crappy steel. Anyway.
You said steel, right? Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I mean, there's iron in it for sure. There's probably a little carbon.
Only a very small amount.
Yeah.
But this thing is a dressy knife. And I think that's kind of where its use case falls for me. It's like this is a kind of a dressy knife where if you had to put it to use, you could. Like a stealth work knife. Does that make sense? Is that a category?
I don't know. I think you're right. On this one, you definitely could put to work. You wouldn't have to necessarily be nice.
It's an office carry, but it's blue collar.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, okay. That's one way.
It's a blue office.
It's jeans and a dress shirt.
Yeah, business casual, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Business hyper casual.
Yeah, super nice finish on the Bennett, the Gannet there, Ben.
Yeah.
Overall, like the hand rub, the marbled carbon fiber, the rosebud pattern, whatever, micarta in a couple different colors. Even the knife itself comes in a handful of different varieties.
Doesn't come in a purple, does it?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like red strike carbon fiber with black micarta.
Oh, that sounds
on the other option. So
okay, that does sound interesting. But
some red strike.
Yeah. I don't know. I want more purple. But
did either of you try it in your pocket?
No, but I watched you put it in your pocket, and there's going to be a reference to the ritual here again. I can tell. It's
no, not at all. That's not even where I was going with it.
I'm slowly
put it in your pocket.
So it's a deep carry clip. I'm gonna say that.
Deep carry, nice spring pressure, slides into the pocket super easy.
Is this countersunk? It looks like it is in the photo here.
No, it is not.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Good, yeah. But
it is not. No, I did notice that as well. Yeah.
It slid past those screws pretty well, though. I gotta say, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. They don't. Again, I do think that not all screws need to be countersunk, but they have to be smooth like that. Yeah.
One of the reasons I was looking at the other side and potentially tapping it, because I believe they do have at least one hole on the other. Yeah, there's screw hole holding the liner on the other side as well. So in theory, if you were to tap through the micarta, you wouldn't have to worry about countersinking anything, and make it a little easier in life. So
let's go back to that initial picture of yours.
If you wanted to make it a lefty, which I do, because they're bastards. I like this knife, and I don't want it enough to be a right-hand carry, because all of my right-hand carry stuff is nothing to joke about, right? So that's why the right-hand carry is they're nice enough that I still wanted to buy them.
Yeah.
But this is nice, but it's not going to fall into that. I want to right-hand carry it very often. I bought a Civivi Elementum. That was a right hand only recently, and it should get more time than it does, because it's a nice little easy weekend carry kind of knife, but it just doesn't see enough pocket time because it's a righty only. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I'd feel the same way if I had a knife that I really liked but was left-handed on the carries. Yeah. Tip down is one thing, but yeah.
Another ritual joke. That's going to be the theme. Anyway, speaking of ritual jokes, there's a picture of it in hand. It's not too bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let me just pop that.
Is it reverse grip or
No. It's a forward grip.
are you giving it the old Dutch rudder?
I was going to say, I'm not at the finish yet. Come on, man.
This thing's pretty sweet looking, and it's not a bad size blade either.
That's what you did see the Dragonfly reference, which is kind of nice, but the Dragonfly is a small knife. So especially when you're talking about a bigger knife, it's nice to see it in hand. And yeah, like it has Crooked River kind of lengths to it that I can appreciate. Like, so.
But like mini Crooked River, right?
No, like it's honestly, even the handle overall length is, I don't know what the exact specs are compared to a
We'll have to check it out.
4.5, I'm saying.
Pardon me.
4.5 inch handle. So I mean, I've got fixed blades with 4.5 inch handles that yeah.
So why is QSP naming everything that they make after birds?
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, you've noticed that too, eh? The parrot and the penguin and the puffin and the if you go through them, especially P ones. And then they ran out of P's, so they're like, hey, look at that. What's that messed up seagull? Gannet? Yeah, we'll use that for sure.
He's all
What's
fucked
that
up.
messed up seagull?
Don't look at him.
Well, you can
I've
look at
looked
this one. The one out in the wild, I don't know. He's hairy looking, but
it's not great.
Blade hairy looking?
Yeah, that's why he's messed up. It's a bird. Like,
right.
Blade length is 3.375 inches. So it's not a small knife, but it's definitely not in huge knife territory either.
No, and I think this is a like disproportionate handle versus
Yeah,
blade situation because of the front flipper. Though it's you don't notice it as much, right?
Yeah.
Like
I think part of that too is just, and you can kind of see it, not so much in your hand, but the distance from the center of the pivot, like center of the pivot out to the edge of the handle, it's a bit larger than some other knives, so that does eat up space as well. But I don't think a knife necessarily has to have as close to exact ratios as possible in order to be a good knife or even a comfortable knife to use. Case in point, the native that we were talking about earlier, super comfortable, and I would call this terrible ratios if that's the thing you care about. But even my, I think the Northon doesn't have particularly great ratios blade to handle.
My Fox Tour either.
Yeah,
for sure.
Super comfortable though, so it, hard to argue with.
Yeah, I don't care about that ratio of one to the other nearly as much.
No, I gotta say, just a brief aside, I can't remember too many instances where I needed a work knife for a particular task where the blade just wasn't long enough to get the job done. There's not too many that come to mind, like cutting closed cell foam. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure, why not?
The ratio's off, man. Come on.
Oh, it is. The whole thing's off with that entire knife, but yeah, no, I just don't see it as it being a valuable metric when it comes to how useful the knife is going to be in a day-to-day kind of instance.
I think the blade being on the smaller side compared to the handle being on the smaller side is a much more functional thing. I find a smaller handle will very quickly make a knife less usable, whereas a smaller blade doesn't necessarily. Just makes it more nimble, really.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, mimbly pimbly, like.
Nimbly pimbly.
Yeah. What's going on, Black Frost?
Black Frost, thanks for joining us.
How's it going, man? Just one more knife of terrible ratios before we move on.
Oh yeah, that's the episode. The knife of terrible ratios.
I want them to make their fixed blade of that quality.
Just, oh yeah, 100%.
I want an S35 one because I would carry that fucking everywhere.
Hey, even if they did 154 like the Gannet.
Yeah.
Honestly, that'd be cool as hell.
Something. Gib.
speaking of the Gannet, Dennis, I can see you got room for like an almost another finger. Did you find that knife? You know, not going to worry about that. But as
Ritual joke.
so you got it in kind of a not quite a thumbs up grip, but did you find holding the knife like this in a forward grip that you ran out of handle, or was it pretty much you still had room?
Oh yeah, like that was kind of filling the knife out as much as you can in that pistol grip. You could choke up very easily and have a little bit out the back, and it was still
Nice.
comfy to use. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I found personally with this knife with the gentle contour, like I don't mind when knives are flat across the top, but personally I really like when there's some sort of curvature to them, like that. I even on less expensive knives like this guy, but I really like having that slight curvature. And with this knife, it felt good in pretty much every grip I put it in. Um, yeah, I didn't really feel any major hotspots on this knife. I guess if you don't like the QSP style of pocket clip, maybe you're going to dislike the way the clip kind of swoops up at the very end. That was one of the pictures I don't think I was able to pull from my phone, but
You didn't get the swoop, huh?
no, I
It's-
don't.
Yeah,
think
and
I
it
did.
does have a bit of a spoon on the end that might bother you, but I don't think it actually bothered me that much. Like it was, yeah.
It was super functional as far as getting it in and out of the pocket.
Right.
Like the micarta being a nice smooth finish, but still being micarta.
I do
worked
actually
really
have a
well.
photo. There we go. Sorry, it was the one with the clip earlier.
Anyways,
There we go. Yeah.
see now, for me, the upturn at the end is still lower than the overall clip. If you like took a line from where the holes where you can remove the screws are,
Yeah.
Right.
you follow that directly out. The end of the clip is still below that. And I think if you get
Yeah.
above that line is when you start to run into problems.
Well, yes and no. I sometimes find that if clips don't do like what the Spyderco spoon clip does, not necessarily flaring out, but kind of tapering off.
Flattening out.
Yeah, I find if they don't do that, they tend to get a little bit pinchy in certain grips.
Mhm.
But I will say it's not an all the time thing. My ZT, crap, it's all the way over there, I think. Not the 770, the 707. Yeah, the
Yeah.
little skinny guy. That because it's so short doesn't seem to bother me as much, but it definitely just comes right up. And I suppose if I was looking for it, I could find it in a hotspot, but not to
Again, the 707 and this knife, I don't really see being like crazy hard use.
no.
You could probably use
no.
this one a little bit harder than the 707, but either
Yeah.
way,
I just mean putting this thing into a hard grip. I didn't
Yeah.
notice. I didn't notice any real major hotspot to the clip. What I was actually more concerned about, rather than the swoop, was actually the back end of this part of the clip here, where toward right at the butt end of the knife. I thought, okay, well, if I'm palming this thing sort of back, like if I'm really back on the knife while using it, is that gonna get kind of
Separating.
weird? And no, still no. The clip is rounded enough that it didn't irritate my hand. But again, wanted to hear from you guys on that because sometimes hotspots don't bother me the way they should.
I think
I
for
didn't
me it's
notice
a case of being a lefty. Sometimes the clip actually works out to wrapping your hand around it, type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the advantage, is all of a sudden it's not sitting in the palm, it's sitting against one or two fingers that you can actually kind of like almost lock yourself into, right? So the one advantage to right-handed clips is ergo wise, I don't feel it in the palm. That's the one takeaway from that, right?
I've actually noticed that with the smock in particular, my ring finger falls right in the bend for the spoon clip, and it's like, wow, that is like absurdly comfortable.
I carry my H&K with a lefty clip because it fits so well.
Jeez, fair enough.
I carry it back pocket.
Back pocket.
Yep. Because it just works.
G10 backspacer. Forgot to
Mhm.
mention. It's not plastic, Kershaw. It's see. I'm sorry.
It is
You're
doable.
gonna You're gonna charge me more than like I'm sorry, $50 and expect me to not bitch about a plastic backspacer? Come on. But no, the QSP is G10. They actually machined it at a G10. It's nice. I'm assuming there are some screws underneath the covers, but under the above the liners that hold the backspacer in place. I don't know if that's necessarily the case because I haven't seen a disassembly on this one yet.
They could be going the CVV route.
Yeah, I mean
CVV
even
likes to do that.
even my roof does that. The little Warren Cliffy guy. What the hell is that? Their numbers. I can't remember the numbers.
Gross 865 or some garbage. I don't know. It's a terrible knife.
No,
Once-
it's it's the G10 one. It's not terrible.
Oh, yeah, that one's less terrible.
Yeah.
Was it this knife that you were talking about them keyholing, Dennis? Like CVV does for their rustic gen? I can't remember if it was this knife. we were
Yes,
talking
you bet it was. Yeah, I forgot that point as well. It's been a heck of a week, guys.
Surgery will do that
yes.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking is even a fun thing right now for me. So, we're powering through. But anyway, yeah, totally. If you look on the inside, they actually skeletonized it enough that you can actually see the keyholing through the skeletonization. I didn't get a picture of it because that's a tricky one to actually get the focus through the liner onto the little bit of carbon fiber that you can see between the two. But yeah, so a good way to lock it in and not worry about those two things separating, so to speak, right? So yeah.
A little bit of extra machining, but a nice touch. Yeah.
And again, for the price point, like
Yeah. QSP kind of like taking the Wii blueprint and running with it.
even the skeletonizing and stuff, right?
The
Like
skeletonizing, the logo on the pivot, although they still insist on putting the logo on the blade. But yeah, there's a lot that they're doing right here, including keeping the price very competitive.
Is there anything else on the blade other than just the logo?
The blade steel on the reverse, I think.
in the same spot, yeah.
Okay.
I think they found a decent enough way not to billboard too much.
Yeah.
Like, they're not putting the names of each knife on it, things like that, right? So patent numbers halfway up and down, designers, logos all over the up in there. So
I would like if they went the CVV and Wii knife route as far as the steel and like hit it in plain sight.
That kind of stenciling is hard to do for a company, I think.
Absolutely. But I don't mind like this level of billboarding. You put your logo on the knife. I'm cool with that. I like it.
Yeah, it's minimal.
If you got a cool logo.
Yeah. Kind of Hot Wheelsy, but I'm into it.
Well, I was
like you were saying earlier, Joe.
Nothing to see here.
Like, if you are a company and you do this on one side and you do the designer of the knife on the back side in the exact same spot, I'm into that. But that's about all I want to see on the blade.
I'd almost rather see the designer's name than the name of the knife, which is what CRKT's been doing recently. I don't know if I necessarily want that to be a trend that catches on everywhere, but it'd be nice to see the name of the designer more frequently. Because reduced billboarding is always good, but I'm less picky about it on knives in this price point than I am much more expensive pieces.
But I want to know who I'm supporting in that case, like you said.
At least include like something like on a card that comes with a knife, just something.
Yep.
I think we talked about most of the things I thought we were going to talk about.
I think so. Action smooth. Liked it. It was a little dry.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing with the ceramic. Me and Paul both heard the action. I don't know if Joe got a chance to hear it as well. And what might have been mistaken for gritty, I just think was dry. Honestly, it might have small amounts of fleck dust, blah, 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 but I guarantee you put one thing of lube into any one of those and you'd be backfiring in business. Ritual joke.
Yeah.
I kind of want to make it a habit of taking apart everything I get and reassembling.
Sometimes.
cleaning it up.
Sometimes things are sweet, man. I don't mess with a good thing sometimes.
No, I am like that right now, but I think I should take that route in more cases, especially with some of the, the artisans of the world, the QSPs.
Yeah, there's some that I want to have like a look at what the hell is going on, right? Like, sorry, Joe, you were saying.
Fuck that. I was just gonna say, I actually find that lately there's been a lot of ball-bearing knives that we've been handling where I've been thinking like, man, it just needs like just a hint of adjustment, a little bit of lube, maybe a blast of air to get any dust out, like just little things to make it just amazing. Whereas right out of box, more often than not, not super great. Civivi has been pretty good. QSP has been amazing. But it does happen.
Artisan, not so much.
Well, yeah. Artisans doing weird shit, man. They're in a weird place. I feel like we need to have an episode about weird knife companies and yeah.
Quick shout out to CPM. Carrying the Culturotex Barn 3. Oh no, it's out for sharpening. Sorry. RJ Martin Overkill. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's exactly what I'm sure it's exactly what the name says.
It's exactly what it sounds like. Nice.
I feel like RJ Martin's a author that I used to read.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
I mean, that's R.L. Stein. I'm sure that's who you're thinking of, and you're also a 14-year-old girl all of a sudden, probably.
No,
but
what's his name? J.R.R. Martin.
Oh, nice recovery. Nice recovery.
It's a Game of Thrones, you know?
Oh.
Speaking of, shouting out to RJ. Yeah. Because that guy, she's a fun toy, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when you get a decent clip on it. Come on, ZT and Kershaw, get your shit together.
Something, quit fucking around.
Kershaw leak clips from 1994. It's like, you can do better. And I know Joe likes the 707 clip, but I mean, I could put a Swiss Army toothpick on the back of my knife too. So
yeah, all right. This is an awesome clip.
You got me there. You got me there.
Look, do I wish it was a milled clip? Actually, for this design, no, I don't. I'm happy with it. But
I'm not convinced about milled clips, but I mean,
they're
getting better. Yeah.
Look, they are much better now than they were even 2 or 3 years ago.
The one clip, and I know I'm deviating with this so hard, but Paul's Centurion, yeah, that thing has like the fucking best clip I've ever seen on any knife at any price point. Pretty much, period. In terms of its shape and its contouring for how it feels in hand, I don't have a ton of experience with it in the pocket and the grip and all that, but as far as like it's a stick clip, but it's rounded and contoured all the way down, nice and smooth, transitions into the handle beautifully.
It's got a slight curve to it, but only very slight.
You know, some people like that kind of thing.
Gannet joke.
Yeah. But I'll just leave off by saying
enough curve to be a ritual joke, right?
For me, I think the biggest thing is with a milled clip, you have to mill the body of the clip thin enough that it has the right spring pressure. It has to be the thickness of a bent spring clip, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Or damn near. And if you do that and you contour it nicely, it's a dream. And it is like the exact opposite of what a hotspot would be.
Yeah. The next best thing would be the lion steel mechanism where the clip sinks into the handle when you've got the knife out in your pocket. I want one in the collection too. Yeah. And they're substantially less expensive than they were when they first came out, so I don't know. I've been thinking. Anyway, sorry, I'm just taking us way and way further away from the knife we're supposed to be talking about. Yeah, I think we pretty much touched on everything. You did bring up action. So disengaging the liner, I find oftentimes with knives like this, without flipper tabs, they come down and nearly bite me on the thumb because I'm so used to everything being a flipper. So when it comes down, there's something to catch on, you know? This isn't gonna chop your fingers off by any means, but it definitely took a little bit of getting used to.
I feel like I had this one bounce off one of my fingies pretty well. And I was like, oh, no, we're good. My fingies are still there. Good. But it like bounced.
It's less than ideal.
Yeah.
That's definitely less than ideal. What about you, Dennis? Any mishaps?
No. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I also don't do a ton of drop shotting type of stuff. I'm very much a rotate kind of. I'm picking up a benchmade, which is a terrible example, but like, yeah, um, not any sort of frame lock or anything like that type of thing. Like I'll roll stuff closed. Yeah.
I have a tendency with the drop shitty stuff to put them at an angle and then roll them the rest of the way.
Let's grab a proper knife and do one of those. And that's what I was doing with the Gannet, is I was just doing a roll like I normally. Yeah.
Okay.
That's...
Yeah. Fair enough. Just with the ball bearings, like I don't have too many knives in my collection that are like this, but there are a handful. So this isn't quite the same level as of fidgety. Like it takes some effort. Effort isn't quite the right word. Concentration's not quite the right word. It's I don't know. I find I find with front flippers you change your hand position so much to get the knife into a kind of a grip to use or just to hold after the fact that it's not as quick to disengage the lock and put the thing away. That might just be me. But I find just regular flippers a lot easier to close and pop open very quickly.
Good times. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna score this thing a pair of messed up mating seagulls. So.
Are they mating mid-flight or?
Does their progeny survive?
It's a game of odds. It's a game of odds. It's a game of life.
That's up to you, dear viewer.
Anyway, that's my final rating. You give them a mating pair because at least there's a chance for someone to survive. Continue on the name.
It's terrible.
So yeah, that's what you got for me.
That's fair. I feel like I'd give it a good solid like 7.5. Like 7.5 patties on a burger.
A single burger. You bad man.
Just tall.
How are you supposed to bite this? You're not. If you're asking me questions, you've already found.
No, it's supposed to be a mess. You're supposed to be wearing it by the end of it.
See.
It's the kind of burger that you can only get at the restaurant where if you're fat enough, you get in for free.
Oh, classy. Classy way to do business.
Yep.
All right.
Now I really want a burger.
Say I don't know how to fucking follow that thing up.
No, I don't even know what that scoring means. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea. On the Fisk rating scale, where a 7 patty burger lies in compared to 12 tires on fire. I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know if anyone knows the answer to what it means. You know those burgers you see on the internet that like are just dripping cheese and they look delicious, but you don't want to pick it up and eat it because it'd be a fucking nightmare to eat?
I embrace that nightmare, sir. I embrace it. And I will clean it out of my beard after I'm done.
Just gonna comb
sloppy
cheese out.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna think about that.
Beer and sausage style.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, you need one of those GECs after all. I better overpay by a lot.
Then you wouldn't have to worry about, your knife and your comb being side by side because at that point. You're cleaning up, not making a mess.
Oh,
Did I just hear Joe's soul leave his body?
at least halfway.
Started to, yeah.
Yeah. He grabbed it and stuffed it back in.
I'm gonna rate this thing 3.5 to 4. Take your pick of any given CRKT models out of however many you think it's worth. This is a really nice knife for the money. Honestly, my enthusiasm is at a 7. I really do think. I do think this is going to end up in my collection at some point. Not because I think it's doing anything super unique or it's doing anything radically different, but because it's just such a good little knife.
So, question is, you say 3.5 to 4 CRKTs, but how many rituals?
Like I said, take your pick.
Oh, I see.
3.5 to 4.
That third one doesn't need the other half?
No. It's too good.
Ritual.
It's too good for the other half. What do you?
I think we all know what kind of ritual that 3.5er got.
It got a little bit less than a bargain for.
A little bit, just a little bit off the top.
Anyway, no, I'm actually.
anyway.
Anyway, I'm really. This knife is at a price point where I wouldn't be afraid to use it kind of hard. 154 cm heat treated the way they're claiming they've heat treated it should be at just completely fantastic. Double the price of a penguin, though. That's the other thing I was kind of thinking about. Is this worth 2 penguins? In my mind, not quite. Not quite. I think you're getting a better deal with the penguin, standard penguin in D2. But it's such a nice knife.
Carbon fiber.
I disagree. Skeletonizing on the handle, like ceramic ball bearing, 59 to 61. You got copper. You got a copper washers on the goddamn normal penguin.
Yeah. What?
Not even bronze.
What'd you say, Paul?
I said, is the penguin not skeletonized?
No, it's full steel liners.
Okay.
And I should say, I'm talking mostly as a cutting tool, but in terms of pocket jewelry, this thing kicks ass. It's way better than any of the standard penguins, for sure. But I think that's where the disconnect is for me. If you're looking for a good beater work knife, the penguin in any variety is going to do better. But, well, any standard variety. There's some expensive titanium handled models. But for what they're giving you here, this is a knife, again, that I think is classy. I think it shows off well, and I think you could do some serious work with it. I really hope that QSP continues this train that they're running, because holy crap, they're doing good work. I don't think we talked about the D10. The D10 is perfect.
Yeah. The cutout for the liner is perfect to get to the lock. Like, just enough exposed.
We didn't talk about that, but you can actually see it really clearly in Dennis's picture here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because something I'll accept it in certain cases where I can understand why you didn't. Like, there's just not a lot of room on something small like this, but that's the way you do it. You don't do what the Gale Bradley does. You never do what Gale Bradley does on his box.
Don't do it.
Don't do what Gale does.
Gaily don't do.
Gaily don't.
Sure
on
don't.
Another episode of Gaily don't.
Gaily don't.
And I like how we've all just started to pronounce Gale Bradley's name is Gaily.
I hope that sticks.
Good old Gaily.
Look, the GB2 is a fantastic knife, but I hate disengaging the liner lock.
GB1, a great knife. Like, it's also, but holy crap.
It stopped me from buying a Gale Bradley every single time.
Yep.
And I like it. I want it, but no.
Yep.
It legitimately makes me want to buy it and immediately modify it.
We had a customer who did that.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty nice.
Yeah. True facts.
So yeah, that sums it up. Anyone else got a small topic? Something?
I didn't think I'd get this far.
No takers.
You got something?
I do, but We need to kill some time so I can email a picture to Joe.
Okay.
Oh.
We can,
Okay. We can
can
talk
kill-
about random shit.
Kill some time. Kill some time, will you? Come on.
Paul, do you have a super small topic? Topic.
Topic. Oh, I got a super small one. And was it
Perfect.
Boker came out with a Leatherman sheath that looks almost like Tail and Eyes? Oh, they're
Really?
jumping on that train. Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
believe
fucking
so.
funny.
There's one while I'm trying to get a picture to Joe here. There's one for
Where's
you.
that photograph? I want to see it.
I'm trying.
I want to say Knife Center is
I just went straight to Boker's website.
okay. Maybe that too.
We can take a look here. I'm just gonna scroll through here. Oh, sorting by release, I guess. So that should bring up the
Sorting
new
by
stuff.
Tale of Knives.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not exactly like it, but that's pretty damn close.
Well, it's something. It's something.
It sure is something. Is one of those pouches upside down? Oh no, is that a loose pouch?
Now, what that pouch is upside down.
No, it's stitched. Yeah, it's just upside down.
Now, is that intentional?
I mean,
They're showing you the goods.
What do you put in that? Is it your pen pocket?
Pen pocket.
they say
Hot pockets.
the large main component holds a pocket knife with a handle length of up to 10 centimeters, while the other two compartments are also open in the lower area and offer enough space for a compact torch, as well as a pen or tactical pen.
Oh, a lighter. Lighter and a pen.
You can get a Bic lighter in there. That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. That
Oh,
would stay.
I see. That small pouch there. Yeah, that's not stitched. You see, you may see where I'm zooming in a sec here.
Oh, yeah. You can push out from the bottom to get your
That's
lighter
what
out.
we were talking about. Yeah, I thought
Oh, no,
that's what we were going off about.
No, I was looking at this middle section where it's stitched all the way up along both sides and the top, but then open on the bottom.
Yeah, and that one's for the pen. I think.
Yeah,
That's
and then
what
the
we're
one
reading.
beside it. I think the one beside it would make more sense for the flashlight. I think you're right about that. Super weird. Super fucking
Flashlight
weird.
item. Yeah.
I don't like having upside down pockets on shit. I don't even like carrying my knives upside down if they're not properly secured. Man, this is just weird. I don't like it. Also, wow, $60. Okay.
If you clipped a pen to the outside, like inside of that, I don't think it's going anywhere.
I mean,
I wouldn't try
Not
it
a-
with a turn first day,
no.
but I might put a pick in there for a week and see how it goes.
Like a little plastic sumbitch. Yeah, I suppose.
And it's not the EDC. It's the ED3.
Oh no.
That's what it's called. That's the name of it. It's just that good.
Good.
Marketing at its finest.
Is that the word we're going for?
They're German.
I'm gonna be honest. I looked up right now and just read it as Ed3.
Ed 3. Ed, you need to order.
309?
You need to order 3 of them.
All right, I finally
mean,
got.
The question is how many of the ED3s can you get on your belt? Like
All of them.
I almost asked a terrible question. I'll tell you.
Don't.
Tell you about it later.
That's for the best. Okay, so I got Dennis's email and I got Dennis's picture.
Did you see that picture?
I saved it. I've got it uploaded and it's ready to go.
All right.
Talk us in.
I don't know. Pretty much, if you can see the picture,
You went
there
robot-y as shit.
is a definite variation in finishes on a 940-1 from 5 years ago compared to a 940-1 as February. The one on the left is definitely significantly more stonewashed. Tumbled.
Was I
as
right
it
in
were.
guessing that that's the new one?
What did you say?
The one on the left is the new one?
Correct, sir. You can see on the finger there the sharpening choil that mine has been worn down.
Yeah, true facts.
I thought you hated recurves, Dennis.
Shut your face, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Sorry.
I'm wearing my 940-1 on Tuesday just so I can stab you with it when I
Oh,
see you.
but that tip is so blunted. Come on, it's not gonna.
Shut your face.
Obviously, just giving you shit. But yeah, that is actually a pretty significant difference. So,
Oh, shut up. Now that I see the one on the factory in mine, oh, now I got to fix that. I'm going to bring it to work on Tuesday to fix it and then stab you with it.
do it. Okay, so question: Is the stonewashing different on your blade versus the new one because of the amount of things you've cut with it? As that, do you think that's had anything to do with the finish change?
No, sir. No.
Is
For very little, at least. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a time thing or if this is like the difference between brand new stonewashing media and media that's at the end of its life.
I am chalking it up to slight nuances that Benchmade changes to keep those clone motherfuckers on their toes.
Yeah, that's also.
And that's what I personally think is going on here is there is slight nuances year to year that all of us have noticed directly from the manufacturer. And we do chalk it up sometimes to this batch of Cerakote paint versus the end of the batch, the beginning of the whatever it may be.
Yeah. The anodizing
the
colors.
tumbled finish. Yeah, exactly. We've noticed nuances. My bailout versus everyone else's that's directly from the dealer type of thing, right? Like it's
Yeah.
And I know because one of the dealers personally handed me the knife.
Yeah.
He works for Benchmade, so
the same time that I got mine, and they're very different colors from the same batch, same month.
So just something interesting that I noticed I don't know, a couple weeks back.
Very interesting.
Snapped a picture of the two of them and was like, hey, that's worth noting that they're keeping people on their toes.
From this picture, it almost looks like Benchmade knows how to sharpen a knife.
Yeah, this one wasn't bad out of factory, eh?
Yeah.
Well, you can only see one side of the knife, so who knows?
Yeah, we're
chisel ground.
What, did someone from Condor sign off on that one or what? Like it's
two guys.
Two guys signed up. That's sorry. My mistake. Eduardo number 55.
I forgot about that. Is that like
Yep.
is that in the new Mambo? It's Eduardo 55. Excellent.
I don't even know if we should figure out what those guys' names are. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome.
Oh man.
Dick Richards, anyone make their own leather sheaths? I've made 2 or 3 just for myself. They're embarrassing to sell, and I will not repeat them for monetary services. But if you look up Twin Bar Leatherworks out of Calgary, he'll do some side projects for you. That's who I like to go use as a go-to for, hey, I'd like to get some stuff done professionally, whatever. Yeah. Thus the Boogie Magner comes there that we all freaking nerd out on. Goddamn.
It's almost as if it's good enough to be a background image for our stream. It's almost as if I use it quite frequently. Turned out nice. Turned out very nice.
You know, Mr. Fisk is coming in with the wisdom. Poo-poo time is pee-pee time, but pee-pee time is not always poo-poo time.
You ever think of that? Batman.
But
just seems like a jokery thing to say.
Sometimes it surprises you.
So all of a sudden the expletive, oh shit, actually means surprise and the situation.
And I legitimately think I've seen an edit where you see the Joker say exactly that.
That's what I was getting with. Yeah. It's good stuff. Oh, there's a voice actor on YouTube who's just an absolute troll. It's fantastic. Love his work. It's a bit too dank for the channel, but
it's fantastic.
A little bit too dank.
So good times.
Did you hear that, guys? You're not dank enough, according to Joe.
I'm not even dank enough, really.
Touche.
My
So
friends who
I have
send
three
me memes
topics.
so love it.
2 topics.
Yeah.
Someone else needs to get on there before we quit. We're almost done, I'm sure. Something
Yeah.
like that.
I had a
but
notepad. Let me see if I can find. My computer's just been a joy.
if you can't find anything, I don't have it like queued up or anything. But I have a thing that we can talk about in theory if you can't find a thing.
Let me just look
I
at
just
my
don't have any
notes
visuals
list.
for it.
Oh, Savivi, that's the other one I had. Savivi is announcing some new crap. A
Some
fixed
new crap.
bladed Elementum in Damascus. I don't think it's Damascus.
Oh, really?
Didn't they?
And then that Karambity thing that you could hit the center pivot on the handle and became TDI, like
Yeah.
triangular, the weirdest thing ever knife.
Legal? Illegal. Legal.
Yeah. They also announced that as well. So
That's pretty cool.
there's 3 for you.
I like how Joe is just flopping.
The
his
Elementum.
wrist. Legal,
Yeah.
illegal.
You can jump back onto Savivi's page and do it up. I don't know if they've got it out or not, but hitting dealers around May of 2022 is the word on the street. And by street, I mean their Instagram page.
Have they gotten
So
it back yet? Or is
No,
that
I don't
Weena?
know about Weena. Savivi, I think, kept theirs for a bit. I tried to tag Wee a while ago and they wouldn't let me.
Fixed Blade Elemental, were they not doing a standard version of that? Where it was Sandvik or something?
VP10, I believe.
No. You're close, Paul. You're very, very close.
At
But it
690?
was 10 CR.
Right.
23
Oh.
MOV. I don't even remember what the CRs were after
Right.
the
They
10.
they compared it to VG10, I believe.
Yes, it was a Chinese VG10.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple different versions of the Fixed Blade. I'm just gonna pop them all open here.
I do like it. I like that.
I think you only had 2. There we go. Yeah.
Hand rubbed Damascus, huh? Oh,
Is it-
and
Is it button lock Elementum size or is it silver Elementum size?
well, the handle length is 4.5 inches, so
There-
it's the long size.
Is if not a little bit bigger.
I think
Oh.
so. Yeah.
4.5-inch blade, yeah.
So yeah, they did the blacked out one, I think, in D2 originally. And that one and the polished 10 CR one were the original ones. And
Yeah.
now they've come out with a satin finish one.
D2.
What was that, Paul?
It was the Damascus one. I think it was green micarta. I was just talking to myself. Sorry.
No,
I
the
was drooling over how pretty it was.
Damascus one,
Yeah.
the Fixed Blade,
Yeah.
the
That's
Elementum,
second one.
because it's ebony.
Oh, it's ebony. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at the blade and then you switched to the green one, and that's what I saw.
Oh,
175 American. That's a pretty knife for $250 Penguin dollars, like more or less.
so gotta ask, what is Damasteel? Because I forget. What are the steels that Damasteel uses? There's RWL34,
154 CM, I thought.
and those are the two.
I don't know what to tell you.
Because if
I
those,
think
if,
there's 3
if-
or 4 in there, I thought. But yeah, anyway.
if that's
But I
the
think they're all
case,
in that same.
if that's the case, the Damascus that's being used by Savivi is a 9CR and a 10CR blend, which means realistically you should see similar performance from their Damascus as you should Damasteel. You should see very similar levels of performance. And that
Well-
occurred to me the other day, and I am kind of curious about it.
I don't know though. If you told me you had 9CR and you had RWL,
So RWL34 is basically 154 CM anyway,
yeah.
right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And if 10CR is supposed to be like a pretty well done VG10, high levels of purity, I'd say this, again, I don't think the Savivi Damascus is going to be quite as nice, but it's going to be within a very similar ballpark. Like, I don't know if you would necessarily notice the difference if they were side by side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that while you pay for a Benchmade Gold class. That wasn't necessarily a shot taken at Paul, but it's kind of a shot taken at Paul.
I want you to know my bug out heard you.
That's okay. It's still a beautiful knife.
And it's crying.
Beautiful,
Right,
beautiful
'cause it's
tears.
true.
Well, I mean,
It's
it's
right.
not.
I don't care what steel this is made out of. I'm not cutting things with it.
I
Except for
do
steak
cut.
every occasion.
I do cut things with these blades because they weren't that expensive. Sorry, Paul.
But can yours do that? Oh, you can't
No,
even see it.
I can
Neither can yours right now.
This
kind of tell.
flashlight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that just about rounds us up. A little over an hour, nothing like that.
I think so.
I will say, Joe, we've got a handful of things to review for next week, but I think I might have something that trumps all of the things that we just recently got in. So I figured I'd surprise you off the air before the stream by stabbing you with a knife through the camera. So I figured I'd surprise you with on the stream as well and say that next week we're going to review the Monterey Bay Old Guard.
That's hot.
Yeah, thanks Fisk for the smooth transaction on this Monterey Bay.
Really now,
So,
Mr. Fisk.
Yeah.
In diddly doodly, we'll be leaving it in the shop all week. We can play with it all week long, and we will give a review on the Old Guard next week. Heads up, no clip, but Fisk kept it because it was a nice clip. He didn't actually say those things. That's me on the assumption because it was a nice clip.
I wonder if we could get a second sent in before the review.
The valet clip works, by the way, so it might be getting a valet clip for the weekend. I put the blue one on. I didn't like the blue one; it was too flashy. But
you may or may not have a black clip in the back room for you.
Sweet. We'll play with the black one. We'll play with a silver one because I have all three.
Yeah.
I might take the silver one off of the 808.
Really now?
Well, I might just toy with it and see which one I like more. I think, yeah. But
that's super cool.
Either way. Anyway, yeah, that's the most recent acquisition. Fisk was actually silly enough to think that I was buying it for you because I'm like, hey, don't tell Joe.
Oh, Dennis isn't quite that nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to him, like almost word for word.
Yeah, the story that you told me.
I like that we know where we stand.
I am not that nice of a person.
So, of all the MBK knives to choose to buy for me, I think you know which one I'd like. But
is it the slayback?
Look, that isn't the wrong answer, but it's not the answer I was looking for.
What is the right answer? Sea Otter? Sea Otter's a nice knife too.
Sea Otter's
that's what Fisk move on to was a Sea Otter. Brian Mooney, thanks for joining us, brother. Woo yourself. All the woos.
Yeah, the Sea. You know what? I'm gonna bring up a picture of the Sea Otter because the thing's hot.
Is it the Tacturn that's really thin? Do they have a really thin one that you're?
Tactile Turn does have the. Is it
Magnacut? They're on the Magnacut bandwagon.
Not the Bayer, the Rockwall, but specifically the Rockwall thumb stud is a super thin little blade. Not too dissimilar actually from the Sea Otter, but just more thin, I think, but not by much.
Dick Richard, say it for the people in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Have
you got anything with it?
No, and I probably never will.
Italian style.
So actually, the one I was most interested in from MBK is the EWC, the Everywhere Carry. Really? Surprise! It's a non-locker. Yeah. Partially because it seems to do that better than most other double D10 flippers I've seen.
Okay.
I believe these are M390 carbon fiber both sides. Yeah, double ball D10 with titanium clip. It's kind of freaking cool. I really like it, and aesthetically, it's just yeah, I really like it.
Okay, if we're gonna show pictures, we gotta show a picture of the slayback too, because
Fine, fine.
I just want to look at it. That's a good looking knife, by the way. I like the Laconico.
You know, it's a good looking knife.
It is a good looking knife.
Yeah.
Now,
It's clean.
I want a small one, but I want it in all titanium. I want the knife that doesn't exist.
They only do the small and carbon fiber and the big and TI?
Carbon fiber with the titanium backside.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of thought they'd have those reversed, but
The larger one is more sway backed too. Like it's more. It's basically this with a different blade shape in it.
it's a I forgot about that. It's a Sanmai ZDP 189. But it's hollow ground.
Did you see what their
Forgot.
Rockwell is?
No.
It's like 65 to 67, I believe. Like
Fuck, dude.
that-
It doesn't say right here, but where did you
No.
find that?
It's in their like information section.
Interesting.
There's a spot where I was looking where it was literally you just clicked on ZDP and it brought you to another webpage.
That's
And they were talking about the Sanmai lines, and sometimes they're not quite even. They're a little bit wobbly, and it's all because it's hard steels to actually get to forge well together.
yeah. You think? Holy shit!
And Dick Richards, the Viking ancestors would highly approve. I said the same thing, like Viking sax style blade all
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, that's cool as hell. I think I'd almost rather go with the smaller one, but I don't know.
There's one thing that I would prefer on this knife, and I don't know if you're going to believe me or not if I say this, but I
Love
would
to-
prefer if it was a thumb stud without a flipper.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I'll
I agree.
convert you on that. Spidey hole it. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that too. Yeah, that'd be great.
Maybe instead of a Spidey.
Can you imagine trying to drill through that core though?
Oh, dude. No. Make me
You would,
sweat.
you would you would just have like Spidey divots.
You made it cry. You made it cry.
Not since the original abomination of a worker. And by abomination, I'm going to bring up a photo here.
All right, let's round this out and Joe finds the last photo here of the night.
It's on Spyderco's official page, so it should be pretty easy to come by here.
I'll start some of the rounding out while Joe's finding it. Thanks to the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for bringing this knife in. Upon my request, as soon as I saw it, I was like, price point, steel wise, front flipper, carbon fiber, micarta. Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, I hope it does well because I was pretty impressed with this little bastard. So,
it's neat. I've been showing it off whenever possible.
Yeah, me too, actually. I've
It's
been popping out.
it's really nice for the money.
Yep.
Here's
Agreed.
that picture of that disgusting abomination of a knife. Tremble in awe.
Oh,
So when I
What?
say prototype,
when it's closed, it looks like a Valauten.
yeah, it does. Yep. I think I know what Paul's getting.
Some sort of Darkwing Duck. I don't know. There's a reference in there for sure.
There's something there. Yeah.
can you hear me rummaging?
Yeah, a little bit.
He walked out on
So
us, man.
It's not the exact same, but one of the first knives I ever got very much feels like that.
Because that knife is probably based on what this eventually became.
You need to
Absolutely.
put that knife into a bottle of Coke for a month and watch it dissolve, sir. That's the only thing you should do with that knife right there.
There's enough chromium in this thing; it's not going anywhere.
420 J2 all the way
That's
down.
what they
baby.
say about That's what they say about nails too. But
I got that Chris Reeve grind on it.
Yep.
So does this spider co from the looks of things. Jesus.
Yeah.
So I don't think they actually say in the write up, but I'm pretty sure this thing was based off of an Almar knife that they had modified heavily. I'm
Probably.
pretty
Probably.
sure. Just
Well, if
given
they
that,
put the Spidey hole, if you erase the Spidey hole, all of a sudden it looks like an eagle or a hawk or something, right? Like it's
yeah,
Did they just
the
weld on some
yeah,
extra?
they added material. They ground partially through the nail neck to give it a swedge. They redid the they redid the edge. But you can
they
still faintly
sure did.
see the made in Japan stamp or Seki Japan on the bottom, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, yeah. No, keep every once in a while I'm reminded that this picture exists,
That's
and
a thing. Yeah.
kind of makes me happy in a perverse sort of way.
Uh, that just means it made you happy, Joe. You don't have to go to the second part. It's
Fair enough.
On that note, thanks to everyone who joined us on Patreon. We really appreciate the continued support, and we'll be giving a thank you back eventually because we're not all lazy bastards. You're
Yes.
not a lazy bastard. I'm a lazy bastard. Anyway.
No, I assure you.
Someone else promote some social shit. Come on.
Go follow us on Instagram. We're I think I don't know if we've announced it yet or if we've kind of mentioned about the fact that we've hit that 1,000 subscriber mark on Instagram. And we've actually stuck there this whole time, and I haven't posted in a good long minute.
I think you can
So
break the streak now.
I think we
appreciate
found the
it.
key to success.
Yeah,
Not
the
letting
less I
Paul,
post,
not
the more
letting
people-
Paul on our professional account. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, liking and subscribing always helps. Go follow us over there for any sort of updates. Therefore, we are going to have a giveaway over there. Got a couple things in order. Gonna get a couple more things in order and give away a little package. Nice little package.
Yeah.
Ritual joke.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't know if it's better or worse that you keep saying ritual joke.
I can
Well, it's
say
better than
it.
saying dick joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
that's true.
in our comments tonight. Like seriously.
There you go.
Crossing several lines, sir. International
And
lines.
on the YouTubes, if you haven't already, put the notification on. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, all that garbage.
I feel
Grow us a little bit at a time.
I was gonna say I don't remember us being in the 580s. We were in the
It's happened
570s.
a while back. Yeah,
right?
small little something got pushed somewhere along the way. So yeah. And look forward to more improvements on the room back here. There's gonna be some
You need some more emotional support weapons.
Yeah, I do. There's going to be a cluster back there. So
Yeah, I feel like
Just a cluster of support.
it's like a cluster bomb
of support.
of support.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. I think that rounds us out. On that note, thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. We will see you back next week. You all know what we're reviewing. It's going to be the old guard. Joe gets to play with it. It's going to be a good time.
I'm excited.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
You bet, guys. On that note, I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
XL.ca.
Thanks once again, guys. See you next week for some really cool stuff. Take care.
Super neato.
Ritual joke.